Kids are the most challenging of all audiences because not only do you have to get their respect, but you have to get their attention. So I've found a really interesting way to start with that because I'm talking about choices. With the program, it's called It's Your Choice. The first thing I do is I let everybody in my audience know that they all made the same choice that morning. I ask them and I tell them that they made the choice to come to school that day with their clothes on because they had a choice not to. Now, not only does it get the attention of every kid in the audience, it also gets all the staff's attention and the principals as well, wondering what I'm going to say next. But now I have their attention because the whole idea is that the choices that you make affect you not only today, but they affect you forever. And if you were to come to school naked, well, those implications, they're pretty obvious. So then from there, what I do is I automatically get my audience, I've got them in, and now I talk a little bit about choices and how the choices will affect your life in terms of things like safety. I do a little bit of a demonstration in terms of anatomy, talk about the spine and how the spine works and the brain and how the brain works, talk about the choices of putting a seatbelt on or a helmet or those simple things that are obvious safety mechanisms and things that you can do to use your mind to protect your body. But then from there, I move into a little bit more deeper of a message where we might talk about drugs or we might talk about alcohol, we might talk about drinking and driving. But then I tell a little bit about myself, about some of the travels and the things that I've done, and that allows my audience to like me even more and respect me, which is really tough to get with middle school and high school kids. And then I move my presentation into the whole bullying thing. And what is it like when you think about doing something? Because choices and actions are all brought on by a thought. And the thought before you do something is what I'm trying to get at. What are they thinking before they make a choice? And that choice to bully or that choice to do something comes from within. So if I can get inside their heads just a little bit and make them think about the choice, then I win. And they pay attention. And what's fun for me is when I look out at an audience and I'm talking about bullying, I can see the kids that are bullies because they've got their heads down and they know I'm talking to them. And I can see the other kids that are looking at them knowing that I've just touched a nerve with them. It's so much fun for me because I can get in front of a group of middle school kids and high school kids, and they're both age appropriate depending on what my audience is, and I can talk right to their faces about making choices, because in the end, that's what it's all about. That's why I've called it It's Your Choice, because at the end of the day, every single choice that you make is your choice, regardless of the peer pressure that's around you, regardless of where you've come from, what your settings are in terms of your social setting, where you're coming from, where you're going to. It's all based on the thought processes behind the choices. And that's why the presentation is so much more impactful than anything that I do, because I love talking with kids and I know they listen to me, because for 20 years now they've been coming up and telling me that they listen to me. Give me a call. We'll cater the presentation for whatever it is that your school needs. We'll find a time for me to come and talk to your kids.